I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. Destroying your spiritual oppositions. From left to right, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. How can you destroy your spiritual oppositions? This will be a very short reading. Pause the video if you need some more time, and I will see you when you're reading. Pile 1. Your spiritual oppositions will be confused if you choose and remain steadfast on a decision and a path. They will be expecting you to change your mind about it partway through, or even be expecting you to choose another path altogether, one that is more in alignment with the decisions that you habitually make. They are the ones who are causing you or have been causing you to habitually make poor decisions or decisions that are not the best option, and they expect that from you. So what they do is that they will allow these less than stellar options to arise, confuse you when it comes time for you to choose, and then cause mayhem and run amok while you are enacting the lesser of the two decisions. That's when they can play. These beings are more trickster and juvenile in their energies. They're not very serious. They're like kind of children who don't have anything better to do, and they just like to almost bathe in the energies of confusion and disappointment. So choosing the better of the two choices, even if it seems a bit far-fetched and that you can't do it or you can't accomplish it or that it's not really plausible or that it hasn't been done before, choosing the path or the option that is different, that veers off course from the one that you or the types that you habitually make, will confuse them, and it will leave them without a playground, because you will be content in your new decision, and that contentment and the lack of confusion will leave them without their playground. Those are your messages. Pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 2, your spiritual oppositions are most content when you are distracted and disappointed with the way your emotional life is going, your emotional relationships, both of friendships and of romantic relationships. When you feel left out from a group and you feel lonely and isolated, when you feel like you are the last person in the group to get invites to places or to be let in on inner jokes and gossip and information, when you're not even invited at all and you find yourself at home alone when your other friends are out together having fun or other people are out together having fun, when you're wallowing in solitude, in your depression or your disappointment with your emotional social life, this is when your spiritual ops are in the most satisfaction. That's when they're feeling the most satisfaction. The way to destroy them in this is to be satisfied alone, to be satisfied in the fact that sometimes you can't have it all when it comes to friendships and romantic relationships. Sometimes you just have bad luck or a bad toss of the coin when it comes to these things. Everyone experiences them, and so what if you're a bit older and you're still experiencing these issues when you thought that you would have been over them by the time you were age? When you were a teenager, you thought, oh, by the time I'm an adult, I won't be going through these issues anymore because I would have met people who are more in alignment with me and who I can actually get along with and who I can actually call my true friends and confidants, or I can have romantic partners who were truly into me and not just into me for like shallow reasons and all that kind of stuff. Instead of just continuing to be depressed and disappointed at the fact that this is still going on, just be content. Just be like, okay, well, I'm at home by myself, or okay, I'm not with my friends, or I don't have any, or I'm not with my boyfriend, I don't have one. I'm going to watch a romantic movie, I'm going to watch a rom-com, I'm going to watch fantasy fiction, I'm going to read a romance novel, I'm going to read this and that, whatever you want. I'm going to go get my hair done, I'm going to go shopping, I'm going to go buy a nice bottle of wine, whatnot, and just make yourself content by yourself. Make yourself content in your current situation. And this is how you will destroy your spiritual ops, because they will not have a space and they will not know what to do when you are content being alone. They thrive on your separation. They thrive on your feelings of loneliness and isolation and being the third wheel and all that kind of stuff. The last resort of who people invite to places. They thrive on that sort of thing. So if you deprive them of those emotions, they will not have anything to thrive upon. So be content in your current solo situation. And when you stop feeding the despair, in time, your social life will gradually get better naturally. Those are your messages, pal 2. Pal 3. Pal 3, your spiritual ops work by waiting for you to receive a break, any kind of break, but it is much more to do with financial breaks. And then they lurk and they wait and they fight to pry it from your hands. So as you receive something, as you receive a bonus, as you receive any kind of help, any kind of gift, any kind of reprieve, they fight you for it. They pry it from your hands. So you may find that you find it impossible to have a savings account, to have any kind of long-term savings account. Perhaps you find it difficult to have any kind of long-term and stable source of income. As I said, any kind of reprieve, they'll pry from your hands, but specifically, they really, really enjoy money, because money is what makes the world go around. So for you guys, the way to destroy these ops is to offer them part of your paycheck when you receive it as an offering. Get a little bowl, make a little altar somewhere, and put a coin in there for every time you receive money, a paycheck, a monetary gift, a donation. Whenever you receive money, take a coin. I'm hearing it should be at least 25 cents, at least a 25-cent coin. Put it in that bowl and tell them, this is yours if you wish to take it. I'm not fighting you for it. They thrive, these spiritual ops, they thrive on the fight. They thrive on the competition. They thrive off of being able to rip something away from someone else's hands. Very indicative of a bully. If you freely give a bully that which they are seeking to rip from your hands, They will lose all of the excitement that comes with forcefully taking it from you. The excitement will dissipate for them, and that will leave them wanting, that will leave them deprived of their enjoyment, of their gains. That will leave them deprived. When there's no more fighting back, they will lose interest. They will lose the fun, and taking the fun away from them is how to destroy them. You guys also have a secondary option, and that secondary option is to get a small bowl, make an altar, do the same thing as I said before. Every time you receive money, put a coin in there, but this time you're making this altar to a much larger being. Be specific. Get an image of that chosen larger being, and let them know that this is a representation of the money you just received, and it is theirs. Once your paycheck, your financial livelihood belongs to a larger, more powerful being, these little bullies who wish to take it from you, if they wish to continue the fight, they will have to fight not you, but the larger spiritual being, because this money now belongs to him or her, not you anymore. So it's like if you give your lunch money to another kid at school, the bully has to go to the kid you just gave your lunch money to get your lunch money. They're not going to go to you anymore because you don't have your lunch money anymore. And they will be outmatched. Those are your two options, and those are your messages, pile 3. Pile 4. For you guys, I forgot, an extra card came out. There's one hiding behind here, and it was the Ace of Swords. So for pile 4, the way to destroy your spiritual oppositions is to seek out information, the truth on relationships before you get into them. So your spiritual oppositions get the most satisfaction. Their whole purpose is destroying romantic and platonic relationships, family ships as well. Any heavy emotionally involved relationship, this is what they attack. This is what they cause to continue to end over and over again. This is what causes you to go through romantic partners and or friends rather numerously. And you usually find that some information comes to light that causes these relationships to turn sour and to fall apart almost every time. You find that this new information blindsides you, it comes out of nowhere, and the reason why you feel that way is because these spiritual ops of yours are purposely concealing these red flags and these bits of information that, if perceived earlier on, would have led you to not get into these relationships in the first place. And because they conceal them, you get into these relationships blinded to this information, and then they're slowly revealed over time later on, or they are dropped on you almost at one time, culminating in a type of shocked tower moment near the end of the relationship. And through doing this, they're able to come off as some kind of divine karma, some kind of divine punishment that is being dished out to you for something that you may have done in a past life to an old romantic partner or friend or something to deserve this, where in fact it is not divine justice. It is these ops parading around as divine justice, but they are imposters. The way to destroy them is to extract all the bits of information that you require before getting into new relationships of any kind, platonic or romantic, at the beginning of the relationship, and to not pursue and continue in them until you have all of the information laid out for you. Now, how do you get this information? You can sit, meditate with your own intuition, and write down what you are perceiving, what intuitive nudges you are intuitive information you are receiving, you are downloading yourself, and write them down. Ones that are true information that you're downloading and that are not fabrications being delivered by these spiritual ops of yours. If you have a difficult time differentiating between what is true insight, intuitive insight, and what is fabrication from these spiritual ops, or if you have a difficult time channeling information at all, you are tasked with acquiring assistance from diviners, tarot and oracle card readers regularly at the beginning of every new platonic and romantic relationship. For some of you, it could even be work, because we do have the Three of Pentacles. Wherever you tend to have calamity and a cycle of going through people or jobs over and over again, cycling through them before establishing these relationships, contract a psychic, an intuitive reader, to dig deep and get through to the true information, the true knowledge on the situation. They will be able to tell you exactly what the outcome of the relationship will be, what the underlying energies of the relationship currently are, and what information is being concealed from you. It is also a good idea to get a reader who is skilled at digging deep beneath the surface and not just quickly reading surface level knowledge, because surface level energies are more easily manipulated by these spiritual ops, who may attempt to thwart the information that the psychic or intuitive is receiving. You must get one who is capable of digging deep underneath the surface and extracting the truth. Take that information and then decide if you're going to go through with the new job, the new friendship, or the new boyfriend or girlfriend. So those are your messages, Pal 4.